How do you do? I'm Flintaroo. So, if you didn't already know, G5 is dead. Once the last episodes of Tell Your Tale air, it's over. And personally, I'm not gonna miss the story, but the characters are starting to grow on me. So, I guess as a tribute to G5, I'll draw the main cast as humans. Alright, here we go. Our first character today is Sunny, and for some reason, whenever I hit record on OBS, no matter how much I've warmed up, my knowledge of drawing anatomy just goes out the window. So bear with me in the sketching phase and trust the process. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Anyway, I know that if you're into MLP, you've probably heard plenty of criticism about G5, and I don't want this entire video to just be me yapping about what I don't like about it, so I'm gonna keep the nitpicking to these next couple sentences, literally 2 sentences. Basically, I'm on the side of people who feel like G5 didn't have enough time baking in the oven. I think it depends too much on G4 lore while also sort of not following or contradicting the previous lore. Something I think would have been a really cool storyline is Twilight being the antagonist. I remember seeing that sentence on a YouTube short, but I never actually watched the video, so I don't know. I don't know what they said. I don't even know who posted the short. So I'm just gonna ramble on my take. So I'm thinking of this going one of two ways. So let's say we're at the end of G4 and time is passing, and Twilight's the supreme ruler, and all her friends are getting older, and she's getting older too. But she's a princess. The princesses are they can age to a really long time. They are almost immortal, and Twilight's friends, they aren't. They all eventually pass. They pass on, and she is still alive, which drives her into the depths of depression, because those are her friends. She depended on them. They're her everything, and she just can't handle losing them. And she sees everyone she knows, that entire generation passing on while she keeps on living, and she's just so despairing that her despair spreads over Equestria, and everyone is like, oh, if this is what friendship does, I don't know if I really want to make strong bonds like that, because what happens whenever they leave, or what happens if we stop being friends? I'm gonna be hurt like Princess Twilight. And so let's say Sunny's dad is a historian, librarian. I don't know if he has a name. I'm sorry. Sunny's dad teaches Sunny about the times whenever everyone was all happy and thriving in the magic of friendship. And she's like, "Oh wow, everything's all dreary these days. I wonder what happened." And her job is to be the one that brings hope back into Twilight's life, because Twilight is so wallowing in her despair that she just can't see what's happening. And I guess if we want to keep Opal, this was supposed to be Twilight being the antagonist, but I just turned. If we want Opaline to be the antagonist, maybe she's like, "Hey, Twilight is not fit to rule. I should rule," and she's trying to oust Twilight, because Twilight is just so angst. So the whole thing would be Sunny finding friendship and Twilight seeing. Okay, wait, let me rephrase this. I didn't script this part, so I'm kind of winging it here. So let's say Sunny and her friends are the ones that remind Twilight of the times whenever she was happy and with all her friends and stuff, and they bring her out of her depth of depression. And that's I don't know if I explained it well. I'm sorry. I probably should have scripted this, but oh well. If we want to go the true Twilight antagonist route, then we could say after Twilight loses her friends and everyone in that generation both of these depend on like the twilight angst of her living on while her friends pass away. And let's say she's so upset and sad about it that she turns into Midnight Sparkle, and Midnight Sparkle doesn't want anyone to have friendships like she did because she doesn't want what happened to her to happen to anyone else. So strong bonds are prohibited. If you start to develop a strong friendship with someone, then you are separated. That is the rule that is what happens under Midnight Sparkle's rule. No friendship allowed at all. And then back down, the Sunny's dad, being a historian librarian, he teaches her about the magic of friendship and what it used to be, and she's like, oh, I wonder what happened. And then she starts to make friends, and the Midnight Sparkle is like, hey, what are you doing, and basically kind of what happens with Nightmare Moon happens with Midnight Sparkle. I'm thinking of that. Okay, so only like 2 sentences of that were nitpicking, and the rest of that was my AU. My bad. And I don't even know if I explained it. Maybe editing me can salvage all of the pauses and the random rambling so that it seems coherent. You came here for the human design, so let me talk about that. Let's move on to that. Sunny is a pretty upbeat and bubbly protagonist, so I wanted to give her a pose that showcased that. Originally, I was going to do something that leaned more towards her showing like her determination, but the upbeat pose seemed more right to me. Also, I feel like Sunny would have the generic Equestria girl's body type, because in all honesty, she's a generic kid-so protagonist. I had a clear idea of what I wanted her outfit to be, but the shoes. Oh, the shoes! I had just seen a pic of wedge sneakers, and I was like, oh, those are cool. I should put them on Sunny. Biggest mistake. See, I'm a person who's good at drawing boots and Converse, not detailed sneakers. I had a picture of the wedge sneakers pulled up, and I was like, okay, I can do this as long as I use the reference. I got through drawing one of the sneakers, and then I realized I had to do another one, and I just rage quit. I rage quit drawing. I don't know if it looks like I was struggling in the time lapse because it's sped up, but I was struggling. I'm never drawing sneakers again. I hate sneakers. Things were going pretty fine aside from that ordeal until I got to the coloring. The best way to describe it is I felt insecure. I didn't realize how bright her hair color was until I color picked it, and that just threw me off for whatever reason. I ended up keeping her hair a very bright, saturated color, and I just toned down the colors of her clothes so they wouldn't clash and give you an eye strain. For some reason, I felt like there was something missing from her face, so I gave her freckles. I know she doesn't really have freckles, but this drawing called for it. It just needed it. Maritime Bay is, a bay and it has a beach and stuff, so I figured Sunny would wear a pretty summery outfit, assuming it's pretty warm there. And she has a tied short sleeve shirt and shorts, and I colored her sneakers to look a bit like her roller skates. That's the first thing I knew I wanted to do. I wanted to make her sneakers look like her roller skates. Normally for designs, I don't add shading or anything, but this isn't like a personal OC design, so, I figured I could do a little something. So I just did my really messy cell shading style because it's quick and kind of fun. And final Sunny, I struggled greatly with her, but I think the result is worth it. I like it. Next is my beloved, adorable, anxious favorite G5 pony, Misty. I have a big soft spot for characters that are really sweet and learn how to stand up for themselves or care for themselves or something like that. So, of course, I love Misty. I love her curly hair and her freckles and her cutie mark. I think it's so cute how she could have drawn anything to be her cutie mark and she chose a butterfly. I don't know why, but I love that. It's so cute. The way she interacts with others in the show gives me such secondhand embarrassment while almost perfectly encapsulating how I feel in every social interaction I have. If I'm talking to someone I'm not familiar with, you better believe my brain will malfunction. Now, This happens. I pause in the middle of the sentence and I forget how to talk. Words don't word. my hair. My favorite part was drawing Misty's hair. Recently, I've been appreciating my naturally curly hair more, and I've been putting more effort into drawing this type of hair, along with braids and twists and stuff. Curly hair is just so fun to draw. It's so fun. I love drawing curly hair right now. I don't know if I like the blue hair or the like indigo to red ombre color more. I kind of miss the blue, but I still like the ombre. I don't know. I'm indecisive. I like both. Her hair is cool. I like it. You know, I've never watched Tell Your Tale, and I probably never will. So I was kind of confused when I pulled up a screenshot to color pick from, and she had an amulet. I don't remember her having an amulet, so I'm just assuming it's something Opaline gave her to spy on the main ponies with. It's like the mirror that Sunny had. I don't know. Not gonna lie, it's been a hot second since I watched Make Your Mark, so I hope I'm not just spouting nonsense. I mean, I probably am to a certain degree. I probably should. Yeah, I don't know why, but the show is just kind of hard for me to watch. Not in a like it's so bad. It's so bad. I can't watch it. Ugh. No, it's just like something about like the dialogue, the pacing of the episode is makes it a little hard for me to keep my focus and like yeah, if that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know if Tell Your Tale is like that. I've heard that it's better than Make Your Mark, but I don't know. I just haven't seen Tell Your Tale for whatever reason. I gave Misty these cute little overalls because they seem like her style, and I have this little human AU headcanon. I assume that Opaline sucks at child support. She does the bare minimum to keep Misty alive, and then is like, all right, figure out everything yourself. You got this, you got this. So she doesn't really get Misty new clothes. Opaline doesn't care. She says, I'm giving her food, water, and shelter. That should be enough. She'll be fine. She's got it. Which means that these are the overalls she's had since she was a kid, and she's just had to find ways to tailor it or go through Opaline's hand-me-downs the past couple years. If you were curious about why they look kind of small on her, there's your answer. she's just been wearing the same thing for the past couple years. Final Misty. When I feel like something's too plain, but I don't know what pattern to do, I resort to using random geometric shapes, and that's what I did in a couple places here. Yeah. After doing the last design, I realized that the outfit might not suit her ombre hair, so I made another one. Just an excuse for me to draw Misty more on it. Yeah. Let me draw my favorite character. Let me do it. Honestly, this whole design from the posing to the actual outfit came really easy to me. It was so good. It's probably cuz I did this right after I finished the first version, and though it was pretty alright for me, I was in the zone already. I was in the zone. Let's say that in this human AU, whenever Pip or whoever dyes her hair, I think it was Pip and Izzy, right? No, I think it was Pip and Sunny, or all three of them. Yeah. Whenever they dye her hair, they also give her a new outfit, and she sheds her old overalls and Opaline's hand-me-downs. Then later on, whenever Opaline asks where she got it from, Missy's just like, I stole this from someone's shop. Yeah, it's part of her evil training. It's fine. Nothing to be suspicious about. You know, Opaline will believe her. She doesn't care. Once Misty earned her cutie mark, I think she'd wear it proudly as a necklace. After saying that, I'm not sure what cutie marks would equal to humans. Because I put Sunny's cutie mark on her shirt. And in Equestria girls, they don't really like... Their cutie marks are just on their clothes. So what would earning your cutie mark be equivalent to in human terms? Let's just say that the necklace is a token of appreciation from the main group for saving them from Opaline, and it's like an initiation gift or something. It's something she can just take off whenever she goes to Opaline. Yeah? I never thought about. I wasn't thinking about that before. Oh. Since this outfit has some bright colors, I decided to hold off on the details so it wouldn't strain your eyes or make it seem too busy. Just a little like yellow lining on the skirt. I forgot to mention this before, but I wanted to make her shoes resemble her hooves/legs. I used the exact colors on her Converse and I used the exact colors of her legs hooves on her Converse in the last design, but that like dark periwinkle, I don't know color names. I should know color names. Oh no. Um that like dark periwinkle, I'm just going to call it that. It stood out too much here. So I kept the pink for the accents on her shoes, but I used the same color I did as her top for the main part of her boots. I hope that sentence was coherent. The idea behind this design is that Misty is starting to come out of her shell and growing bolder. I'm not sure if this one feels like as misty as the other one, but I still like the final product. I don't know. I go back and forth with it. It's like with the hair, because like I kind of like the second version, but I don't know if it like suits her personality as much. And I think the first one suits her personality more. I don't. Who knows? Whatever. Tell me in the comments which version you like more. And that's it for today. I guess I should say like and subscribe, please. Please. Have a great day or night. Bye bye.